Hi, welcome to yet another review by Careful Optimist, and I'm your host, Emeka Okereke. Today, we are going to be looking at two Bowers and Wilkins listening devices. On one hand is the Bowers and Wilkins flagship in-ear wireless earbuds, the Pi8. And on the other hand is the Bowers and Wilkins PX7 S2e wireless over-ear headphones. Yeah? And this is somewhat of an uncanny comparison, and you might even say that it's like comparing apples to oranges, earbuds, headphones. But down the line, you get to understand why I chose to do this. So, with no further ado, let's get right into it. The Pi8 is a pretty impressive pair of earbuds. It's an upgrade to the previous Pi7 S2, which, from what I have read during research of this review, was not so well received. So, with the Pi8, Bowers and Wilkins, the company, went back to the drawing board and reworked all aspects of the earbuds, from design all the way to sound. Before I received the earbuds, I had already looked them up, like I said, and read a couple of reviews. So my expectations were quite high. But even at that, I was very much impressed by the first time I unboxed them. My first impression was that the shape of the case borrows very much from the AirPods Pro, but they are more matte, and the gold colored logo, that is the Bowers and Wilkins logo, makes it look quite, I would say, sleek. The earbuds themselves are sturdy and they look and feel quite premium. Although they are made mainly from plastic, they do not look cheap at all. And this is something that I like about it. The glossy surface of the earbuds with, again, the BW logo gives them a very sleek and classy feel. The Pi8 is to the earbuds what the PX8 is to the headphones in every sense of the word, and I will come back to that later. On the other side, we have the PX7 S2e, and the E here means evolved, and that's because it was a slight upgrade from the original PX7 S2, which is no longer produced. The 7S2e, which is what I will most likely be calling it going forward, looks and feels beautiful. They come in 5 different colors, but I am reviewing the one that is called Ruby Red, which, by the way, I love so much, and you can see that it really matches with my shirt. Those who own the PX8 will say that theirs are the premium headphones, but I tell you, the PS7 S2 is very much as premium looking and feeling for its price tag, so much that there is the big debate over whether the PX8 is really worth the hype and the price tag around it. The Pi8 and the PX7 S2e feel very comfortable when worn at 7 grams per earbud compared to the AirPods Pro's lighter weight of 5.6 grams. You would think that they will feel, say, heavy when worn, but this is not the case at all. They fit nicely too, and that's because Bowers and Wilkins claims that they studied a wide range of ear shapes and sizes to develop a design that offers a universal yet customizable fit. Also, the Pi8 has an angled acoustic nozzle crafted to ensure deep yet natural insertion without causing discomfort over long listening sessions. And I can tell you, this works pretty well. For me, where it came in handy was during my running workout. So I ran with them on 2 occasions and 10 kilometers for each run. And guess what? Not once did they even show a sign of falling off my ears. I mean, I can't even say the same for the AirPods Pro, even though they are easier to fit into the ears. So again, that is so important for me because this time around, I can run with I don't want to give it away. Really, really good sound, but we'll come to that later. The Pi8 comes with 4 different sizes of ear tips, from extra small to large. So you should try as much as possible to test them to see which one fits best for you. The PX7 S2 is no less comfortable. The earpads, as well as the inner part of the earband, are made from soft memory foam and a high quality synthetic leather. On premium headphones, synthetic leathers are usually preferred because they are not susceptible to the cracking effect of leather. Also, they are vegan friendly, meaning they are more sustainable and cruelty free. The earpads are also removable and replaceable, allowing you to swap them out if they wear down over time. But what I've always admired about the BW headphones is how wide the earpads are. For my ears, they envelope them nicely and the headband is quite flexible. But note, the PX7 S2e is made for small heads, as the adjustment range of the headband is quite short. All right, before I go into all other aspects, let me first of all address sound quality. And if you're still around and want to know more about other features after the sound segment, then don't go too fast on your popcorn. Also, let me say, if you would like to support my work here and also be part of and have exclusive access to my many other creative endeavors as a visual artist, scholar, and cultural producer, I invite you to join my Patreon community. The link is on the screen, but also in the description below. So, all right, sound. The drivers of the Pi8 is made of 12mm carbon cone, the same carbon cone we find in the PX8 headphones driver. The PX8 that we all know. Carbon fiber is lighter and stiffer, which translates to better frequency response, just like we know from the PX8. It is an incredible feat of engineering for the company to succeed in fitting the carbon cone in a small space like the earbuds. And this is something that is almost an industry first. It also features the high performance DSP with a dedicated amplifier and DAC, that is DAC, just like in the PX8 headphones. Now, how does all of this translate into the sound quality? Just mind-blowing. The tuning is precise, the frequency response is fast, and the bass is tight. And all of this combines harmoniously into an effortless, balanced, and natural sounding musical and audio experience. For me, it is this that comes through all the time, which makes me always now reach for the Pi8 whenever I want to listen to anything. The vocals sound supernatural while retaining an incredible level of detail and instrument separation. Now, you will enjoy these earbuds with all kinds of audio content, podcasts, YouTube videos, your lossy Spotify tracks, etc. Thanks to the large drivers, the soundstage is also spacious, even without the spatial audio feature that we all know from, say, the AirPods Pro and all that. So basically, you can distinctly hear the carbon cone drivers at work. But it's also not just the drivers. It's equally the years of experience the Bowers and Wilkins engineers bring over from their renowned high-end speakers. The dedicated amplifiers coupled with the high-performance DSP, that is the digital signal processor with true 32-bit audio connection. Mind you, the PX8 has 24-bit audio connection, but this one has 32, ensures that the earbuds have enough power to go quite loud, yet retain their tightness, balance, and incredible clarity without clipping at maximum volume. This is incredible for just earbuds. So I can confidently say that these are truly audiophile earbuds. They strike an almost perfect balance between sleekness, premium feel, and impeccable sound quality for an earbud. And all of this is when you are listening in Bluetooth mode on an iPhone or an iPad or your Android phone. we have not even gotten into the wired mode yet, which I'll come to later. The PX7 S2e retains all of the attributes of the PX series sound signature because, of course, not only is it by the same engineers who make all the Bowers Wilkins products, but also the only upgrade for which it was tagged E for evolved is the carryover of PX8's 24-bit audio connection. Remember I talked about this before. That's quite an improvement, making the bass fuller and more robust. Yet, it is important to note that the S2e comes with a 40mm custom biocellulose drivers. If you didn't have the Pi8, it's easy to accept the sound of the 7S2e for what they give you because they are quite good. But the moment you switch to the Pi8, the step up is quite noticeable. For instance, the PX7 S2e is not as natural sounding as the Pi8. You will hear the difference in vocals, and that's clearly due to the material and qualitative difference between the drivers, that is the biocellulose and the carbon cone. Now you might think that because the 7S2e has a 40mm driver and the Pi8 only 12mm, that the soundstage is more immersive in the former, but nope. Remember, the Pi8 has the largest drivers for a wireless in-ear buds in the market as of the time of the making of this video. Also, its angle fit sits much deeper into the ear, so much that I hardly use the noise cancellation when out and about because of how well they fit. And I still get really good ceiling for the sound. So if we are speaking strictly about sound quality, then the Pi8 is obviously the better choice. Like I said earlier, the Pi8 is the PX8 of true wireless earbuds. And honestly, sometimes I even feel it sounds better than the PX8. And I know that this is very debatable. So please let me know what you think of this in the comment section, because I know you guys, you own the PX8 and you also own the Pi8. So let me know what you think about what I've just said in the comment section. All this while, we have been discussing mainly the hardware aspect of these devices, but there's also the software aspect, which is represented by the mobile app. The Bowers Wilkins mobile app has evolved over the years, and I like the progression it's making. I will get into that in a bit. But first, I should say that for the best experience with any of these devices, you should first install the mobile app, which you can find both as Android and iOS versions. You will need the app for the initial setup, Bluetooth pairing, personalization of features, equalization of sound, software upgrades, and even music streaming. Year by year, the Bowers Wilkins app is shaping up not only as an interface, but also an ecosystem that allows Bowers Wilkins to have more control over how their impeccable sound engineering translates into Bluetooth and mobile devices such as iPhones with their limitations. For the Pi8, the mobile app now features a 5-band EQ, while for the PX series, it still remains a 2-band volume control style EQ. The Pi8 is designed for a wider range of users. Also, it seems that the company is testing the waters when it comes to opening up their sound signature for more personalization. For me, I find that the Bowers Wilkins original sound signature is perfect, especially with the Pi8. So I always leave it on their proprietary true sound, which you will find also in there. But feel free to play around with the 5-band EQ, which is obviously handy if you are a nitpicking audiophile. The app also helps to assign functions for ANC or volume, especially because the Pi8 has touch sensors, which I am not a fan of, but also because their functionalities are very limited. Not very, but somewhat limited. So you will most likely be using the app to support your usage of the device as you go about your everyday. You only need one app to connect and control all Bowers and Wilkins speakers, headphones, and earbuds. This is where the evolving ecosystem comes in play. But there is one aspect of this app that is rarely talked about. Even Bowers and Wilkins makes only a passing mention of it. I don't know why, because it's quite significant. Now, while every headphone company out there has a dedicated mobile app, Sennheiser, Sony, Bang & Olufsen, etc., it seems that Bowers and Wilkins is the only company that has gone a step further to make their app also an interface for streaming high-resolution audio. Now, please keep in mind, this is high-resolution audio, not low-res. In fact, you are not able to connect your account if you are not subscribed to the high-resolution tier of your streaming platform, like, Tidal, Qboz, SoundCloud, and all of them. It's strictly about high resolution. But why is this? That is because on iPhones, this is a clever workaround. The Bowers and Wilkins app decodes the high resolution audio file and downscales it to Apple's AAC codec themselves so that it can better work with the DSP of their headphones and earbuds instead of letting Apple to do it in their own, generic Apple-like way. So what does this mean in terms of the sound quality? Now, when you stream your music from inside the Bowers and Wilkins app, it sounds noticeably better. And this holds true for both the Pi8 and the PX7 S2e. Of course, this makes sense because the focus of Bowers and Wilkins with their wireless devices is to optimize and deliver their audiophile sound quality for Bluetooth listening. Sound quality is the bread and butter of this company, so they will do everything in their power to provide better sound quality first via the Bluetooth and then in wired mode. Now, speaking of wired mode, it's no news that you can listen with the Bowers and Wilkins PX7 series in wired mode via the USB-C cable plugged into your iPhone, iPad, Android devices, and computers. I have made a dedicated video on this, which you can find, I think, somewhere here up the screen. But the Pi8 comes with a special feature, and it is one of the first, if not the first, true wireless earbuds on the market as of the time of this video that has been able to achieve this. It has what is called audio retransmission from the charging case. In other words, the charging case acts like a DAC, like a digital audio converter, equipped with aptX adaptive, allowing you to plug in the case into your iPhone, iPad, or computer, and it will stream high-resolution audio up to 24 bits, 96 kilohertz via Bluetooth. So basically, if you're using your iPhone, you're now able to get up to that resolution using this feature on the Pi8. What's more is that you can also use this on an airplane to connect and listen to in-flight entertainment via the Bluetooth. I haven't tested this. I'm going to be traveling soon, and I'm going to bring you a review on that. But on the other aspect, I have tried this on many occasions, and it works really great. But where it really helps a lot is when I'm sitting in front of my laptop working. I can listen to the high-resolution audio while still moving around, since it's just the case that is connected to the computer. Now, so I have the earbuds in my ears, and I can just move around, grab a coffee, and things like that, which I couldn't do if I was using the headphones or the Bowers and Wilkins headphones. So my own use case has been to use the audio transmission feature with my computer and to use the Bowers and Wilkins app for Bluetooth streaming, which is very good and almost sounds like, on wired mode. Now, this makes the Pi8 a winner for me. Let me know in the comment section if you would like me to make a dedicated video about the audio retransmission feature, which I'm going to test in the airplane in a travel that is coming up soon. What about noise cancellation? The ANC of the Pi8 is good. I must say that for me, I think that noise cancellation is overrated. I am way more interested in how well transparency mode performs. Apple's AirPods Pro continues to be the gold standard of the industry in this regard. It is truly, truly transparent, while the Pi8 is, as it is called, pass-through. It lets in the ambient surroundings quite nicely, but when you speak, your voice is muffled. It's not as natural as when you're wearing the AirPods Pro, for instance. But what I truly like is that the ANC does not in any way compromise the sound quality, and that's fine for me. I don't need a very intense ANC going on. The ANC of the PX7 S2e is not as good as that of the Pi8. It is ever so slightly weak, both for the noise cancellation and the pass-through. Also, I find that when the ANC is turned off completely, the sound weakens and thins out because the DSP that tunes the sound is connected to the ANC mechanism. I've experienced this with all PX series, both the PX8, all of them I have tested. But funny enough, this does not happen with the Pi8 at all. So Bowers and Wilkins have gotten something right here, and I hope that they carry it over into the next iterations of the PS series. Phone calls are much better on the PS7 S2e for me, which has 6 microphones altogether for ANC and telephone calls, as opposed to only 3 microphones in the Pi8. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth connection, the Bluetooth feature of the Pi8 is superior, with the Bluetooth 5.4 equipped with all the lineup of codecs plus the aptX lossless. This gives it an edge over the PS7 S2e, which comes with Bluetooth 5.2 and aptX adaptive as its highest codec. So that's Pi8 having one more on top of that. Ultimately, the connection and pairing of both of these products to your mobile devices, Android, iPhone, I would say they are robust. However, I find that the Pi8 can be buggy at times. For instance, my unit has an issue whereby the left earbud does not connect or wake up at times. And the only way I can bring it back to start working is to charge the case. And that's very inconvenient. Also, someone in the community said that they had to return their Pi8 because it kept disconnecting while they were running. Although this didn't happen for me all the time that I ran with it, but this is something to keep in mind. And I hope that maybe a firmware update will ensure that these issues are resolved. As for the PS7 S2, I didn't notice any connectivity issue at all. It worked seamlessly. Battery life for the Pi8 comes in at a total of 20 hours with ANC on, while for the PX7 S2e, it is 30 hours. For me, I don't bother so much about these things. I just charge them as I go. And yeah, that's it. All right. Verdict. The Pi8 officially retails for €399 on their website, while at the same time of the recording of this video, you can find the PS7 S2e for the discounted price of €219 on major online stores. Of course, the price difference is quite significant. And I know that many people will say that the Pi8 is not worth the high price, especially because there is also the cheaper Pi6 released at the same time. Now, what I can say is this: if exceptional sound quality is important to you and you can spare €400 without losing a month's rent, then the Pi8 is certainly worth it. But then, are you an earbuds or headphones person? That's another important consideration. At €220, the PX7 S2e is very much a good investment for its value, in terms of sound, design, features, and everything. It is really a great investment. And I would choose it any day over the Sennheiser Momentum 4 or the Sony XM5, for instance. So that's it. If you found this video informative and helpful, consider liking it. It will help signal that the video is relevant and get shown to more people who will find it useful as well. Now, do you want to support my work? Consider joining my Patreon page. The link is on the screen and in the description below. Also, you are very much welcome to subscribe and join our growing community. I appreciate you all for watching. On that note, I wish you a lovely day or night, depending on your time zone, and see you in the next one. Bye.